Billy has been skating through life on a cushy safety net for far too long, and let's be honest, it's wearing thin. He's the guy who always has someone else ready to catch him when he stumbles, yet somehow he still manages to blame everyone else for his lack of success. Instead of facing reality, he's stuck hosting an endless pity party, complete with excuses for why nothing ever works out. It's frustrating to watch, especially knowing he has everything he needs to carve out his own path. But no, Billy would rather coast along and expect respect to come knocking at his door. Spoiler alert, it won't. Let's not sugarcoat it, Billy's reliance on others has become a running theme, and it's exhausting. Jack, his ever patient brother, hit the nail on the head when he mentioned Billy's soft landings. And let's not forget the not so subtle truth. Deep down, Billy craves validation from even Victor. It's not like he's chasing some imaginary gold star of approval, but he's unwilling to put the effort to earn it. Instead of stepping up and proving his worth, he keeps riding the coattails of family or using inherited opportunities to claim victories that aren't entirely his. For someone with resources, skills, and connections Billy has, it's baffling that he hasn't built something of his own. He's had countless chances to break free from his dependence on others, yet he chooses the easy route every time. Starting a business or venturing into uncharted territory is too much work, apparently. Why bother when it's so much simpler to cling to someone else's legacy, slap your name on it, and call it your own? That's exactly what happened with Chancellor. Billy didn't build that empire. He simply walked into a pre-made success story and acted as though he'd written the whole script himself. The truth is, starting something from scratch is no walk in the park. It demands grit, determination, and a willingness to roll up your sleeves and get your hands dirty. You've got to be ready for the long haul, dealing with setbacks, learning from failures, and pushing through moments when quitting seems tempting. But that's not Billy's style, is it? He's all about instant gratification, the rush, the thrill, the adrenaline. The idea of putting in years of unglamorous work to create a sustainable business? It doesn't seem like something he's wired for. What's especially maddening is that Billy could be so much more. He's shown flashes of talent, intelligence, and even charm when he's not wallowing in self pity or blaming the universe for his problems. If he channeled all that energy into building something truly his own, he could silence the doubters, earn respect on his own terms, and finally step out of the shadow of his family's name. But as it stands, he's stuck in a loop, repeating the same tired patterns and expecting different results. And let's not pretend Billy's entitled attitude doesn't play a role here. His sense of self importance rivals that of Kyle's, and both of them have a knack for getting under people's skin. Billy seems to think the world owes him something, whether it's success, respect, or admiration. But the reality is that respect is earned, not handed out like participation trophies. Until Billy realizes this, he's going to keep spinning his wheels, stuck in the same frustrating cycle. At the end of the day, watching Billy is like witnessing someone with all the tools for success but no drive to use them. He's got potential, no one's denying that. But potential without action is just wasted talent. The ball's in his court, but instead of taking the shot, he's busy blaming the court for being uneven. For now, though, he'll remain the poster child of squandered opportunities, leaving viewers shaking their heads in equal parts annoyance and disbelief. Billy's story could be one of redemption, growth, and triumph, but it's up to him to rewrite it. Whether he'll finally take that step is anyone's guess. But until then, he'll just be the guy who talks a big game but never puts in the work to back it up. Now, let's talk about Sally and Billy. Whether they are a hit or miss is up for debate, and trust me, the fandom is not short on opinions. So let's break it. First up, the good stuff. Sally and Billy undeniably have some chemistry. Their banter, on point. Their conversations, refreshing. They've got this whole slow burn thing going on, which is a rare sight in a show where people usually fall in love, get married, and file for divorce in the span of 3 episodes. Watching them take their time feels oddly normal. Like, are we sure they belong on the show? They talk, they laugh, and for now, they're just two people getting to know each other without the usual whirlwind drama. It's almost too sane, but hey, we'll take it. There's also something to be said about how they complement each other. Sally's fiery, no nonsense attitude brings a spark to Billy's often brooding demeanor. Meanwhile, Billy's calmer, introspective side seems to offer Sally some stability, which she definitely needs after her chaotic history. On paper, they're a solid match. Two people who could balance each other out if they stick to this taking it slow approach. Maybe they'll be that rare soap couple who actually build a relationship on friendship and understanding. Or maybe not, but for now, it's a nice thought. That said, let's get into the not so great parts because honestly, there's plenty to dissect. First, does Sally really know who Billy is? Like the real Billy? Because the Billy she's falling for is giving us sad sack victim vibes, constantly whining about how the world's against him. Billy has a knack for rewriting his personal narrative to make himself look like misunderstood hero, and it seems like Sally's bought into it. But what happens when she digs deeper and realizes he's got more baggage than a soap opera wardrobe department? Will she still see him the same way? And can we talk about the elephant in the room? The couple swapping nonsense that's practically a sport on the show. Sally was with Adam, and many fans, including me, loved that pairing. They had fire, they had drama, and they had a connection that felt real. But then Adam decided Chelsea was a better choice, which, really? Chelsea? The queen of manipulative meltdowns? Hard pass. Meanwhile, Billy and Chelsea were also a strong couple back in the day. So now the writers have played musical chairs with these relationships. It feels forced, like they're trying too hard to make fetch happen. And if Regina wasn't clear enough, fetch isn't happening. Then there's this big question. Is this pairing really sustainable? Sure, they're cute now, but Billy's relationship history is a mess, and Sally isn't exactly known for her emotional stability. Together they could end up being a train wreck waiting to happen. Of course, not everyone is skeptical. There's a strong case to be made for their potential. Their friendship is solid, and their willingness to take things slow shows maturity. A word I never thought I'd use for Billy. If the writers give them a compelling story, one that lets them explore each other's flaws and strengths without unnecessary drama, they might actually work. But that's a big if, considering this is a show where logic often takes a backseat to shock value. And let's not forget the fans who are still on the fence. For every viewer rooting for Billy and Sally, there is another who misses the old pairings. The constant partner swapping has left the viewers exhausted, and it's hard to invest in a relationship when you know it could be rewritten by next week. So where does that all leave us? Sally and Billy are like a puzzle piece that doesn't quite fit, but isn't entirely out of place either. Whether they'll become the next power couple or crash and burn is anyone's guess. For now, we'll just have to wait and see if the writers have a plan or if they're just winging it like usual. So let us know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you guys soon in the next video. If you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Until next time, take care.